What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are back to work on our WRX. As you know from the last episode, we did prime a couple of spots, but after further inspection we went over these doors and we just found a lot of imperfections and I didn't like it, so we've actually decided we're going to prime all these doors completely and these quarter panels, because I want to prime this up where we did this wide body and seal everything up. So what we need to do right now is actually go ahead and strip all these doors down. I don't want to get any overspray on these seals or anything because primer is it's a pain to get off. So let's go ahead and start stripping these doors down. Alright, our WRX is all taped up. It's ready for a primer. Now we're actually going to go to their mixing room and mix up some primer. Alright, so here's the primer we're going to use. It is Dynacoat. We actually get this from ParkWest. This particular primer mixes a 3-to-1 ratio. So we're going to go ahead and set it up. Our mixing cups actually have all the ratios on here. And so it's very easy to mix it. Okay, so before we throw any primer, we actually need to go ahead and wax and grease remove every surface just to get all the contaminants out. That way our primer sticks nicely. Let's go ahead and clean all this off, and then we'll go ahead and start throwing our first coat of primer. Okay, so the car came out amazing. I'm gonna let it dry a bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and throw some guide coat on it. Vlad is currently cleaning these side skirts and all the fenders. We went over and we found all the imperfections after we threw some guide coat on the primer, and we blocked them out. So now this should be the last coat of primer, and then we can go ahead and wet sand all of this, and then it'll be ready for paint. So while Vlad does this, I'm actually gonna have to go mix up some more primer because we did run out. All right, so the fenders are drying. I just finished priming them, and guys, check out the WRX, man. It's looking amazing. Now this primer is actually tacked up. You can touch it. I want to go ahead and spray some guide coat on it. So the reason I sprayed Geico on this is so I'd know how much to sand, and to ensure that I sand it all evenly. I would just sand until this black spray paint goes away, and then just slowly sand it all so it'll all be uniform and there won't be any waves. And also it'll actually show me any tiny imperfections in the primer so we can know to putty them or whatever. So once this all dries, we can actually go ahead and block it all and get it ready for paint. I'm really excited with the progress. Everything turned out amazing. I didn't reprime the whole roof because I didn't feel like I needed to. I just went ahead and primed right here because I did see some pinholes. So we went ahead and fixed it and threw a new coat of primer. So that's all looking good. Everything's looking good. And once these flares over here dry up, I can go ahead and throw some guide coat on them. You don't really want to throw the guide coat when the primer is still wet, because it'll sink in and actually form with it, so it won't ensure that you're sanding it all smoothly. All right, so these all tacked up. I went ahead and threw guide coat on them, as you've seen me do on the WRX. But that is gonna be it as far as all this body work. I am hearing a lot of ruckus over there, so I'm gonna go see what the boys are up to. So here's where all the ruckus was coming from.
What's going on, guys? So right now we're actually doing some work off camera. We're doing a little bit of R&D. We actually are using an aluminum floor, and this is all not gonna be shown. So it's a little sneak peek for you guys. We got a little plate back here, and we still have to do a lot of trimming, but we're doing an entire aluminum floor just to save on some weight, and it's gonna look really nice and clean.
Yeah, I like how that looks.
Yeah, it's lining up pretty good.
I was actually helping him make these right here. And then I went to prime those pieces, and I came back and he already made this piece. I think that looks dope. Where's your fuel cell gonna be?
Right here. I'm actually gonna trim this down right here, and then the fuel cell is probably gonna go right above here in this perfect little thing.
Yeah. And then you could just probably make something go on. Dang, that's gonna be sick.
Well, I still gotta make the rear. I'm gonna make a reinforcement bar out of aluminum like we did in the front, and then that's gonna be in the back.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's a long process, but it's coming together.
Dude, it's gonna be worth it though. I mean, just check that out, guys.
It's completely my own design. It's crazy. I mean, sometimes you gotta go for it. A lot of people are talking a bunch of stuff, you know, saying all this stuff, but hey, you gotta figure it out and do it yourself, you know, to actually get the experience.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
It's a big project to tackle. I'm sure most of y'all know and see this car on YouTube. Full frame, and then he also bought a complete fastback body. It's gonna be sick. What year is the fastback body?
It's a 66. So.
Dang, that's like the best looking one in my opinion.
Yeah. The newer ones, like 69, they're kind of fatter. The 66 is like the smallest one, so it's like nice and
I don't like that. This car is actually gonna be sick because it's gonna be super low to the ground, nimble, a lot of power. Check that out, guys. He got a 5.0 S550 differential. The whole subframe setup. Sick. And then also a S550K member subframe in the front. Look how nice that motor fits in there. Are you gonna keep it in A?
Yeah, for now it's gonna be an A, and then we're gonna actually turbocharger later.
Yeah, I feel like this is already a big project. Might as well do the twin turbo later. Put him like somewhere back here, something crazy. That would be cool. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. We ended up deciding to just go ahead and prime the whole WRX. It's actually gonna be a lot better for us in the end result because we can block it all down. There's not gonna be any imperfections or anything like that. So stay tuned for that, guys. We'll be getting in the paint booth soon. And a lot of y'all were asking about my E30 and where it's at. I'm actually waiting on the M3 kit. So we kind of put it on pause to get the WRX done. And then we'll go ahead and get started on the truck while we wait for the kit. So stay tuned for that, guys. We're really excited to get into that truck. Yuri's already ordering parts for it. So it's gonna be really awesome. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that subscribe button and comment down below. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at motorhead.co. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.